I think of you when I think about forever. I hear a joke and I know you would have told it better. I think of you out of the blue when I'm watching a movie that you'd hate. You'd say it, you were never one to hesitate. You were always first in line, so why would it be different for heaven?
Ladies and gentlemen,
But I got a couple questions. Is there a bar up there where you've got a favorite chair, where you sit with friends and talk about the weather? Is there a place you go to watch the sunset? And oh, is there a song you just can't wait to share? Yeah, I know you'll tell me when I get there. Do you think of me? Do you wish that I would slow down? Are there some things that you've seen that feel like home now? Are you up there climbing trees, singing brand new melodies? I hope you are. I know you are. Is there a bar up there where you've got a favorite chair, where you sit with friends and talk about the weather? Is there a place you go to watch the sunset? And oh, is there a song you just can't wait to share? Yeah, I know you'll tell me when I get there. Yeah, yeah, you'll tell me when I get there. Will you save me a place with all those pearls of wisdom? Yeah, I'll make some mistakes, and you watch me as I live them till I'm through, till I'm with you. Is there a bar up there where you've got a favorite chair, where you sit with friends and talk about the weather? Is there a place you go to watch the sunset? And oh, is there a song you just can't wait to share? Yeah, I know you'll tell me when I get there. Yeah, I think of you when I think about forever.
A limb has fallen from our family tree. I keep hearing a voice that says, "Grieve not for me. Remember the best times, the laughter and the song, the good life that I lived while I was strong. Continue my heritage, I'm counting on you. Keep smiling and surely the sun will shine through. My mind is at ease, my soul is at rest, remembering all how I truly was blessed. Continue traditions, no matter how small. Go on with your life, don't worry about falls. I'll miss you all dearly, so keep up your chin until that day comes that we're together again." Well, Dennis, we've begun your service with 4 of your favourite things. Number 1, your family. Your coffin, your beloved Collingwood Magpies. The flowers upon it in the colours of the Ridgeley Saints. And our entrance song from your favourite singer, Pink. Ladies and gentlemen, today, hopefully, there will be a few laughs, a few smiles, I'm sure maybe a few tears, but no regrets. Today we meet to celebrate and to honour the life of Dennis Hayes, known to many as Pud or as Bushy. A devoted husband, a much-loved dad and father-in-law, a proud pop and great pop, a loving brother, brother-in-law, an uncle and a friend. A man whose life, I think, was characterised by dedication to his work, providing for his family, his love of his extended family and his friends, his commitment to local football, his love of fishing and a good feed of cray, or maybe even a sneaky lobster, a cold beer on a hot day, and sometimes even a warm day. And of course, his bloody good sense of humour. Good afternoon officially to each of you who have gathered here to say your goodbye to Dennis. My name is Simon, and on behalf of all of the staff here at Parkside, we have been privileged to have been invited to care for Dennis after his death and to be a part of this service. And so I thank you, Marie, and Trent and Emma and Jade, your families, for inviting us to be here. Firstly, I would like to take an opportunity, if I can, to ask that if anyone has not already done so, that they turn their mobile phone off or onto silent as your mark of respect for Dennis, as this time this afternoon belongs to him. After our service here in the chapel has concluded, you are all invited warmly to stay on here for refreshments. And it's here that you can share with the family your own memories and your own stories of Dennis with them. After this, the family would love for you to join them at the Burnie Green down in Cooey from about 3:30 to continue in that sharing and that celebrating of Dennis's life. Due to circumstances and distance, I know that there are many people who unfortunately cannot attend our service here today. And so I'd like to mention that we are thinking of them, as I'm sure they're all taking a few quiet moments out of their afternoon to think of all of us and to remember Dennis in their own way. For those of you who are viewing this service via live stream, I welcome you here also. Your presence is equally important. Grief, I think, doesn't always show up in grand gestures. It sits quietly in the small moments. It sits in the half-read books left on a bedside table, or a coat hanging upon a hook, in a cray pot, in football jumpers, an empty chair at the dinner table, a fishing rod leant against a garage wall. These everyday things, once so ordinary, become special, not because of what they are, but because of who they belong to. These things tell Dennis's story, and they hold his presence. And so today, we talk about Dennis. We talk about him because we are proud. We talk about him because he deserves to be remembered. We talk about him because even though he is now not with us, he is never far from our minds. We talk about him because he is a part of us. We talk about him because we love him, and we always will. And so today is a day where stories will flow. Stories that capture the essence of the man that is Dennis Hayes. Stories that will make us laugh, remember things perhaps long forgotten, and hopefully we'll all be able to learn something about Dennis that we didn't already know. Before I invite some of Dennis's family to come forward and regale us with some of those stories, I'd like to share with you just a little bit of what I learned about Dennis Hayes. Dennis Elvin Hayes was born on the 10th of December 1949. He was the only son of Ray and Faye Hayes and a brother of Carmel, of Kathleen, of Irene and Annette. Dennis spent his first 11 years at Upper Natone before the family relocated into town to Payne Street. He started school at Montello Primary before completing his schooling at Parklands High School. Upon leaving school at the end of grade 8, Dennis started his working life, cutting firewood and then doing farm work for Trevor Hayes. Dennis then got work at the APPM, or the Pulp, better known to most of us, for a short time, before he started with Joe Hodgetts getting wood bundles. He then brought his own contract in partnership with his dad Ray for wood bundles. He then worked for a short time driving trucks for Bonnie's, and then finally it seemed that Dennis found something that he liked, and he started work with BOC, CIG and WorldQuip, becoming the gas man. He racked up in his time with them a total of some 40 years. He also did some night work for the Advocate, and he had a paper round for a short time. He also drove buses for a time for Crawns Motors. Dennis was obviously not afraid of hard work. Dennis met and married a young Marie Newman on the 3rd of March 1970. It wasn't long, just 3 years later in 1973, that they welcomed their first child, Trent, into their family. Trent was followed by Emma in 1976, and finally Jade, completing their family in 1980. Dennis, I learnt, was one of those people who understood that a family was a place to belong, and just as he had found a place to belong in a loving family, he made sure that other people felt that they belonged in his family. And so when Dennis's children grew up and they met and married partners of their own, Dennis welcomed Siobhan and Greg and Sonia into his family. When the grandchildren started to arrive, Jalissa, Jonty, Macklin and Zeke, joining his instant grandchildren Brody and Kaylin and their partners Erica and Jess, Dennis was never prouder. And he was never prouder than when his family grew again with the arrival of his great-grandchildren, Eleanor, Margot and Zoe. Dennis and Marie had many moves of house over the years, and every house they lived in, they seemed to get the most amazing neighbours. They lived in Monington Street and Scott Street. They lived in the Ponderosa at Ridgely, which is sadly no longer there, onto Madden Street, then down to Camdale, and Guy Crescent in Somerset, where they raised their family, and then to Mills Road, finally settling in their beautiful home in Platinum Drive, where they've enjoyed their last 16 years. I'm told that Dennis even earned the crown of becoming the unofficial mayor of Platinum Drive. I'm not really sure how Teeny Brumby feels about that, but I'm sure she'll forgive him. For Dennis, life was all about his family, his friends, fishing and football. He played for the Cooey under-19s, for Natone and for Ridgely, and he was honoured to become a life member of the Ridgely Football Club and also a life member of the Darwin Football Association. Dennis also, in more ways than one, was a big softie, and he loved his 15-year involvement with the Make-A-Wish Foundation and all the children's lives that he got to touch through his involvement with them. It's here that I'd like to stop and pass over to Dennis's granddaughter, Jalissa, and she's going to come and share a few stories of her grandfather with us.
People often talk about the importance of a dad, his influence on your life, the protection, fun and support he provides. But what is often overlooked is the dad behind that dad who installed these values into them, and that was our beloved Pop. The one who provides us with the confidence to be us, who believes that we can achieve anything we dream of, and who tells us to live our life to the fullest always. Words will never be able to explain the importance of that influence in your life and what it means to no longer have that. It is a sadness that feels empty, yet full of memories that once was. These memories are a reflection of the care and time that Pop poured into each and every one of us grandchildren. We cherish moments like our daily school pickups, which you like to call Kid Patrol. First in line, and trust me, he was never late. We look forward to our after-school ride where we discuss our days, joke, and most of all, poke fun at Nan. Often, Mac would do the mail on return. When Pop would say, "I hope you're not getting me any bills out of there," Mac always replied, "Oh no, you better get your wallet out today, Pop." They both had a little chuckle. Zeke recalls when we used to stay at Nan and Pop's house that one of our fondest memories was the much anticipated trip to Macca's the morning after. We loved our hotcakes, and it's still up for debate whether it was us who enjoyed it more or Nan. Fishing and our shack at Strawn was at the heart of who Pop was. The core memories made from Pop taking us on his fishing boat, sitting around the fire toasting our marshmallows, talking about old stories, countless Easters, good times with family and friends, and the infamous slippery slide. Strawn is a special place. I vividly remember the day that Pop presented me with my first crepe pot. The first woman in the family to have a crepe pot. Pop had it specially made for me, and it was decked out with the brightest pink rope. You could see it from a mile away. Needless to say, the Crays weren't too fond of the rope, and it was swapped out shortly after its debut. His favourite saying, "It must be your turn to shout," followed by a smile, become a custom, but it often come with a Tim Tam service tip for us kids. Pop lived to see his grandchildren thriving in their sporting environments. From watching us playing cold basketball and badminton stadiums, to wet soccer, netball and football fields, to lawn bowls, greens and even the MCG. He was our truly biggest supporter. He was filled with the utmost pride as long as we were going after it and giving it our best. Sharing these moments with him are the ones we will truly miss. One of the greatest privileges of my life was being your one and only. To have been raised in the presence of a person such as yourself, and to hold the characteristics and values in which I most loved about you. For such a serious and strong-willed person, my perspective was always so different. I saw you as fun, loving, and a soft person who would move mountains for his family and the people he loved. You taught me to be kind and generous to others, while also having the ability to be strong and sometimes a little serious. Family means the world, and to always surround yourself with people who lift you up. To stay true to who you are, to chase your dreams, no matter how big they are. To believe in ourselves as much as he believed in us. To live a life full of fun and happiness as he did. I speak on behalf of all of his grandchildren when I say we could not have been more blessed to have you as our Poppy put. How lucky were we? Thank you.
didn't fly through the air. He's no superhero, he's sure no millionaire. He didn't walk on the moon, he didn't save the world today, but he's my hero anyway. We all need a hero, someone to follow, someone to look up to, a good role model. Well, I'm sitting here looking at an old photograph upon my wall. The man in the picture had it all. Yeah, the man in the picture didn't fly through the air. He's no superhero, he's sure no millionaire. He didn't walk on the moon, he didn't save the world today, but he's my hero anyway. Walking through the back blocks, kids on the street, I wonder why they're angry all the time. Well, they're all out searching for something that they just don't find. I guess they need a hero like mine. Like the man in the picture, he didn't fly through the air. He's no superhero, he's sure no millionaire. He didn't walk on the moon, he didn't save the world today, but he's my hero anyway. If I had a wish today, I wouldn't wish for riches, I wouldn't wish for flashy cars or fancy breeches. I'd wish that someday my son would take my picture and say, that man in the picture didn't fly through the air. He's no superhero, he's sure no millionaire. He didn't walk on the moon, he didn't save the world today, but he's my hero anyway. A kind and gentle man, the best friend I ever had. He's my hero, he's my dad. He's my hero, he's my dad. Man in the picture, he's my hero, he's my dad. Man in the picture, he's my hero, he's my dad. Man in the picture.
I didn't know what day it was when you walked into the room. I said hello unnoticed, you said goodbye too soon. Breezing through the clientele, spinning yarns that were so lyrical, I really must confess right here, the attraction was purely physical. I took all those habits of yours that in the beginning were hard to accept. Your fashion sense, be its lip prints I put down to experience. The big bosom lady with a Dutch accent who tried to change my point of view. Her ad-lib lines were well rehearsed, but my heart cried out for you. You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You'll be my breath should I grow old. You are my lover, you're my best friend. You're in my soul. My love for you is immeasurable. My respect for you immense. You're ageless, timeless, lace and fineness, your beauty and elegance. You're a rhapsody, a comedy, you're a symphony and a play. You're every love song ever written, but honey, what do you see in me? You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You'll be my breath should I grow old. You are my lover, you're my best friend. You're in my soul. You're an essay in glamour, please pardon the grammar, but you're every schoolboy's dream. You're Celtic United, but baby, I've decided you're the best team I've ever seen. And there have been many affairs, and many times I've thought to leave, but I bite my lip and turn around, 'cause you're the warmest thing I've ever found. You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You'll be my breath should I grow old. You are my lover, you're my best friend. You're in my soul. You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You'll be my breath should I grow old. You are my lover, you're my best friend. You're in my soul. You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You'll be my breath should I grow old. You are my lover, you're my best friend. You're in my soul.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain, when I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feel like December when somebody say your name. 'Cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Hey. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Hey, hey. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost, and I felt all of the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feels like an ember, and it's lighting up the dark. I'll carry these torches for you, but you know I'll never drop. Yeah, everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah, yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today, toast to the ones that we lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your memories bring back your memories bring back your memories bring back your.
Marie, you're up. I'll come and get you. I'll get it.
You'll get it. Thank you.
I'll hold it so you can't hit me.
Oh, good. He's learning already. Oh, dear. Wow, wouldn't he have loved this? I would have never got him home. Oh, dear. Thanks, Simon. This is what Den wanted me to talk about today to everybody. It's got my tribute to Dennis, 57 years and 55 years of marriage. Did not realise how much we fitted into that time. My stubborn, spoiled, hard-working husband who always did things his way. And today is proof of that. He loved volunteering and he loved party. We had plenty of those over the years. I think he is best known for always being early, the first to arrive, the last to leave, his famous last words, just one more for the road, noting the kids and I must have been the most patient people anyone could meet. I was 14 and he was 18, introduced by our mutual friends, Kay Garden, officer, which I'm still friends with after 64 years, and her brother Paul. I guess I should thank him for that. I was 15 when Dan's family took me in to live with them. Then I turned 16, we got engaged, and 5 months later we were married, March the 7th, 1970. I worked for another 3 years until we started our family. Our greatest achievement, our 3 great kids, Trent, Emma and Jade. For the next 15 years, you took an extra job at the Advocate of a night, from 2 a.m. to 4:30 a.m, 6 nights a week, so I could stay home with the children. As well as that day, your day job, 5 days a week. You did a paper round in Somerset. We lived in Somerset then, but you had to travel to Burnie to the Advocate first for a few of those years. I got up at 4:30 a.m. and helped you with the paper round when the kids were a bit older. We certainly had some challenges, but we got through them together. When the kids were very young, we moved to our rental property in Camdale. Sadly, we had a fire in the house. Had damage to the lounge and smoke damage to the rest of the house. So for the next 2 months, we juggled 3 kids, Den's 2 jobs, me sorting things out with the owner, insurance, etc. We went to stay with Dennis's parents, and the 5 of us were in 1 bedroom. Wouldn't you know, the 3 kids all come down with the chicken pox. Oh dear. Then there was the time you went to work at WorldCrip and decided to get a load of logs on your mate John's truck and take them to Somerset and unload them. When you were unloading them, you fell off the truck. The logs rolled onto you, squashing you from the waist down. I got a call from the hospital to say you were there. I arrived and he said they had no brakes, I could take him home. And then they were amazed he even survived. So for the next 2 months, no work, you were so badly bruised from the waist down. You always said you had extra 25 years that you should not have had. You had so many things you loved to do, trips to the Pyman fishing with your mate Phil, and who had the boat there. You always managed to fit your trips into Strahan, one of your biggest loves fishing, especially our shack at Strahan. It was your happy place, sitting round a fire pot, having a beer, a chat with family and friends. You always liked to be in charge, always the last one to go to bed after just one more drink. Then there was his love for the Ridgeley Football Club. 52 years, for the first 30 years we were both heavily involved. We still lived at Somerset, so spent a lot of time travelling. You played football and you got to play in a couple of seconds grand finals and win. Also on the committee holding many positions, president, vice president, treasurer, bar manager, Darwin delegate. We also attended 50 football dinners. Sadly, we could not make it in September to the dinner. We were both honoured to receive life memberships. Also in that time, you managed to fit the kids' sport activities, which involved soccer, basketball, football and hockey. When the kids got older, we decided to try something different. So we both volunteered for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You did this for 15 years and I for 22. So many memories of the wishes and fundraising. We got so much pleasure from it. One of the fundraisers we went for a week as a support team for Velastic Scriville. He ran from Eagle Hawk Neck to Woolnorth. So Den's job was to drive the support car with his wife Jo and all the gear. So Den, not really known for his patience, they were travelling along about 30k behind him most of the way, and Jo, who was a bit of a character, every so often would say, let him go ahead a bit out of sight. Then she would tell Den to stop, jump out and light up a smoke. I guess he did not like a smoking. Den loved every minute of it. We were so blessed to make so many friendships and some lifetime ones with the people from the football, Make-A-Wish and our kids' sports. The whole time you still followed the football. Then Den went to help with the Darwin Football Association with finals preps on committee, also on tribunal. Was chairman for a while, not always keeping everyone happy. His greatest honour was sharing his patron for 4 years with our dear friend Warren Parker, who sadly passed away this year. You were also awarded a life membership and you still followed the football up until 12 months ago. He still tried to go and have a beer with umpires on Wednesday night, but only could not manage that anymore. Sadly, it was the only time he missed the finals for 50 years and the Ridgeley and Darwin dinners. The kids grew up. Trent, our quiet one who's now not so quiet, met Siobhan when they were 14. Then 7 years later they married. We gained our second daughter, Siobhan. Then Emma, my best friend, met Greg, who was a package deal. He already had Brodie and Kaylin. They were 2 and 4. How lucky we were to get these 2 instant grandsons and our only son-in-law, who loves to stir me a lot. We waited a long time to get our one and only granddaughter, Jalissa Sissy. Then Jonty arrived, our quiet achiever. Then Emma and Greg surprised us all, having Macklin, our caring boy. Then Jade, our fun-loving son, married and Zeke arrived, our baby grandson, not so little anymore. As time went on, he met Sonia, who brought so much joy and laughter to us all. Then Brodie married Erica and they had Eleanor and Margot and live in Queensland. And Kaylin met Jess. They had Zoe and they are in Perth. So sadly we didn't get to see them much. They both surprised us. Brodie came 4 weeks ago and not been home for 3 years. And then Kaylin came 2 weeks ago. Have not seen him for 5. We were both so grateful to see them. Then there's Seth, our other instant grandson, making us all proud and making a good life for himself. You were so proud of them all. They were your world. And then, of course, 40 years ago, this hideous disease called cancer came to our family, a constant shower of sadness. It either contributed to or was the reason for our family members that have passed away. Firstly, your lovely mum and dad, and then our darling Kathy at 53, leaving behind a very large family, and then our beautiful Irene. You went from being a very active hang on, I think I've mucked some up, have I? Yeah, that'd be right. 9, I must have lost 8 somewhere, have I? Oh, I don't know, that'd be right. I probably left it at home. Did I? No, I must have left it at home. It's all good. I think I can remember some of it. Oh, blow.
I haven't got it.
No, I've left it at home, obviously. Good on you, Marie. That's all good. I can remember most of it, and so then we got to Irene, didn't we? Yeah. And then, of course, my mother had it, and she went into remission but died of old age. Then my sister Barb, she's in remission and thankfully with us today. Then Siobhan's dad, Russell, he only had 3 weeks and 61 when he passed away. And who else was it? And then our darling Ellis, our beautiful brother-in-law of 60 years, who passed away after a short struggle on the 23rd of September, 6 weeks ago. Anyway, I'll forget the rest of the other bit. You went from being a very active person to someone who struggled every day. Oh no, I know what it was, sorry. Hang on a minute. Then sadly, 7 years ago, our worst nightmare came and you had prostate cancer. It was 2 weeks before Christmas and I'd just given my notice. Anyway, the sad part was you went from being this very active person who struggled every day, unable to do basic things, struggling with the chemo tablets, the radiotherapy, the meds, everything. So he did do Kid Patrol until the end, picking Macklin up from school most days. I want to thank Sarah, Gary, Lorraine from Family Based Care for ongoing support. Also, Danny, Jack and all the staff from Complete Chemists, Simon and all the caring staff at Parkside for making today a beautiful memory for us all. I remember driving past Parkside with Den when the crematorium was finished. He said, I just want to say I want my funeral service so people don't have to drive all over the place, so that's a good thing. Our doctor for 27 years, Dr Ian Wild, and the staff at Bass House for their ongoing support. Also to Keith MacArthur and especially Rob Fassett for his care and support until the end. Thank you to everyone who is here today or doing the live stream. He would have been so happy to see you all. So many people care. Thank you to our beautiful family and friends, especially over the last 7 years, your love and support. You all know who you are. Also to Steve and Kathy, Rosalind and Jean for coming from the mainland today. Always made the hard times better and the good times a joy. You had so many hurdles to get over and not one to show affection, but we all knew how much you loved us. Some time ago, you did not want to suffer anymore. So on Monday, I held the hand of the strongest person I've ever known when he chose to take his last breath with Vad and leave life. His last words to Rob and I was, thank you. I am sick of being in pain. I will be ever grateful to our kids for strength, support, while their father and dear Pop chose this final journey. Don't be sad he's gone. Just be glad he's been here to cause all this havoc. Love you all and miss you. Thank you.
Thanks, Marie. And thanks, Jalissa, for a little bit earlier. A little bit of what I've got next, Marie's probably just mentioned, but I think it's maybe worth mentioning again. Dennis received a cancer diagnosis 7 years ago, and life changed dramatically for him and for his family. He bravely underwent all the treatment that was available, and he fought it for as long as he could. But a permanent cure for Dennis was not to be, and so he registered for voluntary assisted dying, and he decided that last Monday, the 3rd of November, was his time to go. He spent those last days leading up to his time with his family, making last memories with them. Dennis faced his death with dignity, with courage. He was at peace with his decision. He was still worrying about everyone else right up until his last moments. He was surrounded in his death by the love and the support of his family.
There's a message on my phone. It's my mother saying, darling, please come home. I fear the worst, but how could you leave us all behind? There's so much to say, but there's so little time. So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me for my whole damn life. You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. See your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? When I couldn't, you always saw the best in me. Right or wrong, you were always on my side. But I'm scared of what life without you's like. And I saw the way she looked into your eyes. And I promise if you go, I will make sure she's alright. So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me for my whole damn life. You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. See your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? And there's no way you could ever let me down. Gonna steal some time and start again. You'll always be my closest friend. And someday we're gonna make it out. Just hold the light. Just hold the light high, high. So how do I say goodbye to someone who's been with me for my whole damn life? You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. I see your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? So how do I say goodbye?
The family would like for me to thank on their behalf all of the medical professionals who have been involved in Dennis's care over the last 7 years. The doctors, the nurses, the care staff. A special mention to Professor Rob Fassett. Thank you for your role and for your support in helping navigate all of the VAD process. To all of Dennis's friends, the support that you have shown to him has been nothing short of amazing, along with the support shown to his family. There have been uncountable messages, calls, cards, and the outpouring of sympathies have just been overwhelming. To you, Dennis's family, I think you all deserve a big pat on the back. You cared for him at home. You gave Dennis the ability to choose when he had had enough. For being there over those last few days, surrounded by your familiarity, your warmth, your comforting voices, the touches, the hugs, the holding of his hand, from you, his family. That is the best gift that you could have given to him. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to say thank you to Dennis himself. Thank you, Dennis, for being you, for being the most amazing husband, the best dad and father-in-law that you could be. For knowing that blood doesn't always make a family, for accepting all of those people into your life and making them yours, for being the glue that held your family together. We thank you for your shit stirring. We thank you for your love and zest for life, for your ability to rise to your health challenges. A cancer journey is never easy. We thank you for your passion for life, for football, for fishing. If you loved someone, or if you loved something, you loved it, boots and all. Dennis, everybody here owes you an immense debt for what you have given and for what you have shared into all of our lives. Your shoes can never be filled. And so with those words of thanks still echoing in our minds, I would invite you to take a few quiet moments now to think about what Dennis has left in your life for you to be thankful for. And as we do this, I would invite the family to come forward and to say their private thank you and their private goodbye to Dennis, placing a flower upon his coffin.
Imagine there's no heaven. See as if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, or brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing
what we're essentially doing this afternoon is the putting away of Dennis's body. We deeply love and respect his body because it carried around his spirit, his personality, himself for his 75 years. But for now, the thing that drove his eyes and the part that gave us his smile and his laugh that we'll never forget, the part that made his body play football and dance and sing, the part that loved you and knew you and let you know him, the part that enlivened his body, Dennis, is gone. But that part will never be completely lost to us because we all have a little bit of it stuck inside of us. And we will have too, until that day when we find ourselves in a place like this, with somebody like me, clumsily reading words over our own coffins. But until then, we won't forget Dennis Hayes, Pud. We'll always think a bit like him. We'll act a bit like him. We'll laugh at the same things that he would have laughed at, and we'll probably cry a bit from time to time because of him. Dennis will visit us in our memories, and tears will form, but so will a smile, because we will smile the smile of somebody who has had the honour of knowing Dennis Hayes. But for now, he remains locked up inside of us. He's warm in our hearts. He's safe in our love. Let him rest there. Let him ride with you. Take Dennis away with you today and remember what it was about him that made him special to you. Be stronger for Dennis. Be better. Be kinder. And so, Dennis, we say goodbye to your physical presence amongst us, and we commit you now. We commit you to our hearts, to our minds, and to our memories. We commit to the telling of your stories so that others will know you. We commit to loving you from now until eternity, and we commit to supporting each other through our loss of you. And gently and tenderly, we commit your body for cremation, eventually to return to the earth from which all life came, and to which in the end all life returns, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Just before we close our service, I would like to invite the members of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the Ridgeley Football Club and the Darwin Football Association to gather at the rear of the chapel and form a guard of honour. As I read these words, you might like to start moving. Marie's asked me just to share the Irish blessing, and maybe it's Dennis's wish for all of us today. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you safely in the palm of his hand. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand?
this night's bed. I don't know where I'm going, only God knows where I've been. I'm a devil on the run, a six-gun lover, a candle in the wind. Yeah!
Have to steal or have to win. Well, they tell me that I'm wanted. Yeah, I'm a wanted man. I'm a goat in your stable. I'm what Cain was to Abel. Mister, catch me if you can. I'm going down in a blaze of glory. Take me now, but know the truth. I'm going out in a blaze of glory. And Lord, I never drew first, but I drew first blood. I'm going, son, call me young gun. You ask about my conscience, and I offer you my soul. You ask if I'll grow to be a wise man. Well, I ask if I'll grow old. You ask me if I've known love and what it's like to sing songs in the rain. Well, I've seen love come, I've seen it shot down, I've seen it die in vain. Shot down in a blaze of glory. Take me now, but know the truth. 'Cause I'm going down in a blaze of glory. Lord, I never drew first, but I drew first blood. I'm the devil's son. Call me young Each night I go to bed, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. No, I ain't looking for forgiveness, but before I'm 6 foot deep. Lord, I gotta ask a favor, and I hope you'll understand.